Next one, people, let's start with secondary market in India. What are different types of securities market? We saw primary market, secondary market. Primary market, we saw everything. Now we are coming to secondary market. So everything with regards to secondary market, you will be seeing here. Clear? Hello? All of you? Hello? Okay. Everyone stock market understood? Okay. So, sir, the next topic, people, with regards to secondary market as such. Now, there is something called a secondary market. Now, what is secondary market? First of all, we know what is a stock exchange. By now, we have learned something about stock exchange. How did stock exchange start in India? When did it start? 1995. SEBI came into 1995. That is when even stock markets also started. Who has the Asia's oldest stock exchange?
India.
Asia's oldest. India's oldest Allah.
No, Asia's oldest is in India.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, typical Matthew. Asia's oldest stock exchange, people, is in India only, and that is none other than Matthew Allah. When did it even start? In this is around 1855. 1855, there used to be one banyan tree in one place. I'll tell you which place and all. Now there was one banyan tree, and there were around 10 people. They came together and they started trading the securities. So imagine I have a share. I will appoint or I will tell one person, can you take this security of mine and can you go and sell it to someone in the market and get me money? This started happening in 1855. Sir, first of all, in 1855, having shares itself is a big thing. Did we have shares in 1855? Forget about trading. Did we have shares in 1855? The answer is yes. East India Company itself used to have debt securities. The debt securities of East India companies were traded. And we have companies really old. East India is the best example, 1600 incorporated. Did we have? Yes, we have. So the person who has given loan to East India Company, you will get a debt security, correct, as some acknowledgement. Now imagine it says 4 years maturity. Should I wait for 4 years? I want a quick money. And that is how a secondary trade started happening. I cannot wait for 4 years. So I will ask a person like an agent, can you please go and sell it for me? I'll give you some commission. He went in search of a buyer who purchased it. He will get some advantage, and that's how this market started growing. 10 people became 22 people. And when they became 22 people, it started growing a little, and they started giving a name for them. And it was all happening in under the banyan tree. They used to have a bell, ring, the bell they call it, right? They used to have a bell. Whenever a trade happens, they used to ring the bell. And they worked as per timings. So that's how this particular trading concept started in Asia. And eventually the 22 people turned into more. It became 50, 150. Now they wanted to call themselves with a name. We do not want to call with, just like 22 people. They called themselves as Native Share and Stock Brokers Association in the year 1875. That was a name they gave to themselves. This was nothing but people, association of person. In tax you would have seen, unregulated form. Group of people forming an association for themselves. And it started growing even further. In 1956, there came an act. That act was called as Securities Contract Regulation Act. According to that, they said, going forward, now this market, whatever the 22 people came, it is an unregulated form. Whatever is happening there, do you guys know? We don't know. We do not have transparency. So this place cannot work like that, because now I'm speaking after 100 years. You can imagine how many trades would have happened. So they said, no, going forward we have to regulate it, because all possible mismanagements started happening. So now they said, going forward, we do not want this place to be an unregulated one. We want it to be a regulated one. So it should not be this association of person, trust, partnership and all no longer valid. Going forward, it has to be a company form of business. It has to be a company only, no other form. Partnership illa, trust illa, sole proprietor, nothing is allowed. Before 1956, it was there. But today it is no longer allowed. It has to be a company. And that is what became today's Bombay Stock Exchange. That's why BSE is called as the oldest stock exchange of Asia. It started in the year 1855. Understood? Got some fair idea now? And how does a stock exchange work? Today's, I think you guys know how does a stock exchange work. You will open an app, you will trade. That's all, no? That's how it works, right? Let us see when Arshad Mehta was there, how did the stock exchange actually work? So that you will understand the concepts. If not, you will not understand the concept. Hello?
Yes, sir.
If you guys hear it, I'll play. Illa andre, you guys watch it going home. Matthew, that remote is accessible to you, so just give it to me, da. See? It was just one arm away. Matthew, I'll play the movie. Online audible, Ada? Online. Just see. Is it audible? Tell me. Online. Audible?
Welcome to Bombay, a trading post for centuries, gateway to India, and one of the jewels
Now audible?
of British Raj. No stranger to commerce and trade, it's a city that has wholeheartedly embraced the new capitalism. A city where even the billboards urge punters to invest.
Today, how will you know that there's a company coming for an IPO? You will get a notification. And how was it back then? It was a hoarding, billboard. You can see Billa. Hello, Donna. Aditya Billa. Phoenix issue. Yes, that's how. Matthew, your company came see. Okay.
Nowhere is the frenzied energy of Bombay business shown more than here at the stock exchange. Brokers play for luck just to survive as they enter the human maelstrom of the trading floor, now the busiest in the world.
You're able to see that ring? I mean that circle. That is only called as the first trading ring. That's where the trades happened. Now you want to sell a share, you have it. Let us imagine you have Infosys share. You want to sell it, you have no other choice. You have to go there. You'll be seeing people wearing that brown jackets, basically a shirt on shirt. You're able to see people standing there, blue coats. They are nothing but your brokers. Because it's blue, it's broker. Hey, kya kaun re? Tu tera logic. Understood? People. Harshad Mehta was one of such broker. Just to understand, just to give you how big Arshad Mehta is, in 1992, the scam he did, in 1992, the value of the scam is 4,000 crores. Not his net worth and all. I'm telling the scam he did. In 1992, Harshad Mehta's assets are nowhere properly given. You do not have a count of it. But few magazines and few papers have reported his net assets stand anywhere between 30,000 crores to 45,000 crores on 1995 without giving inflation. Meaning it is not adjusted with today's currency. I'm saying on that day it was 30,000 to 45,000 crores. And he started like this. If you guys have watched Scam 1992, first episode, he will not have money to drink tea. That's how he starts. Abdul is like, sir, inspiring, sir. Okay. You'll see, these are not, I'll tell you, you will have done nothing there. So, what is this? This is all price. This is all is price. In that market, where will you hear it? I want to sell Infosys, da. I don't know who is buyer, who is seller. So, this is nothing but negotiations. What price? What price? You are negotiating. 1 finger, 2 fingers, 50, 100. That's a negotiation.
This is shared trading as it used to be, where brokers are elevated to the status of folk heroes and regulation spurned. For 2 hours every day, broker Sundar Iyer is crammed onto the trading floor.
Tell us what are the hand signals? What are they for? That means we were buying at 85 and we are selling at 87.5.
Their percentage.
What's it like at the moment out there on the floor? It must be tough. You're getting pushed and shoved. Does it get violent at times? Yes, many times when there are very volatile scripts, it does go beyond just pushing and prodding. It goes to deep shouting and even fights, sometimes it takes place. But that's all part of the game. Yeah.
You'll see people with bandages and all. Wait.
Is it fun? It's very much fun, I must tell you.
It's very much fun. Good, Matthew?
Believe it or not, today's a quiet day on the exchange. Bombay trades 2 hours every day. That's all the traders can take.
Nice, no? From where we started to where we are.
From the floor with ripped shirts or even bleeding from wounds.
Imagine Matthew there. See, look at him. Neck only gone. Imagine Matthew doing that. Matthew will be like, some code, give me that.
The violence. But with all those shares, the highest number of transactions in the world per day, this sort of enthusiasm is pushing and shoving. Do you think it gets out of control here? At times, maybe. At times, because when everybody is a buyer, right? Everybody likes to, grab hold of, job or market maker.
Look at the person next to him.
And even in the bear run,
Matthew.
right? When the jobber wants to run away, we'll catch hold of him and say, take some.
But brokers still occasionally take time out. The stock exchange broker can just about take anything. A year ago, 8 bombs exploded in Bombay.
You know what is this?
350.
In, I think, 1994, 8 bombs exploded in Bombay. 1 bomb was kept in front of Bombay Stock Exchange. Around 350 people had passed away. And next day, people did not give it a damn. You can see this is a case. And next day the stock exchange opened, people still lined up, money no bomb, nothing.
Religious violence. One of the bombs exploded at the exchange. But even that did not stop the brokers. The very next working day, the exchange was open for trading as normal. It's not just the brokers and high-flying financiers though who make this place tick.
Market is going very high.
Indians, rich and poor, are mad about the share market.
Do you think you'll make a lot of money?
Yes.
I think
they'll double their whatever
they will list.
they will list double their what their issue price.
They are
earning.
Everybody
There's a big rush, very rush.
How long they are
standing in a sunshine.
because they are earning.
That's why they are standing.
It's actually a miracle that anyone gets anywhere near the exchange on Dalal.
You know what is that?
India's equivalent of what?
That list that is nothing but IPO applications.
Street.
See, I'm telling you, the place where we are living in and the place where Mumbai was living in. You can see the number of people, you can see the shares they started investing. 1994, today, especially if I have to speak, I'm not creating any barriers between regions and all. South Indians, we do not even know what is shares still today. I'm saying, we are sitting here, I'll tell, on all of us. Not even one of our father would have invested in any of the share. It's a very, you are okay. It's a very strong statement, but that's a reality, right? And you imagine that queue, and you look at the funds that you will now listen to, you see.
The blocks around every
That and all is IPO applications. Look at the IPO, it's like newspaper. Look at the number of companies going for IPO. You saw the number of applications there. You saw that?
and gets anywhere near the exchange on Dalal Street, India's equivalent of Wall Street. The blocks around every available space.
You can see that applications, IPO applications. Yes?
By scriptwallers, hawkers giving out application forms for new share issues.
It's a sort of pavement capitalism. Indians do their darndest to cash in on the action. At a store like this, there are over 50 share issues on offer. Bearing names like Vesuvius Investments, OK Play India, and Phoenix. But the market is so active that most share issues are oversubscribed. In the end, only
Look at that person
actually get their
next
hands
to
on
him.
the shares.
IPO applications must be consecutively numbered. An application without the number will be rejected. I'm saying you're getting how much human intervention was involved, and you need to take this application, you need to fill it, you need to give your DPID. Now this will have to go to the company. Company is not in Bombay. And the allotments take place there. This entire process used to take 4 months, 6 months time. And where is your money? Your money will be with them. And the money should again come back to you. Do you have that trust? We don't know. I'm telling they have taken that risk. All of them standing there have taken that risk. Yes?
Which are the hottest shares do you think at the moment?
Today is the level of unlimited.
Be like
It's the hot tip. It's the hot tip because it is promoted by Mr. Aditya Birla. Is the owner of the Hindalco. Is the blue chip of the stock exchange.
So this is a blue chip.
A person randomly picking up an application is able to tell so much of information, financial knowledge. Hello? I don't know if you guys are able to resonate to what I'm saying. I'm telling today we don't have this, da. Huh? That's what now I'm saying. How many of us have it? Today you tell me. Now you tell me, Abdul, have you done it? This only, Googling and you did. Have you invested? No. That's what I'm saying. Warren Buffett says, I regret for starting late from my investments. He invested late, it seems. He regrets that. And what age did he start? He started at 13 years old. When he was 13, he says, I regret for starting late. We should die.
Shares today. So how quickly could I get my money back if I invested in this?
You will take the double money in the 3 months.
Double the money within 3 months.
If you are invested.
Oversubscription.
Even when you've got a prospectus, your battle
Look at the check and all.
is not over. The queue at the bank to register your share application snakes.
You know what is this? You know the queue for what it is? It's not for stock exchange. Now they need to take that application which is available on the street. They have to fill it. They have to give their DD, checks, whatever it is. They need to go and register it in the bank now. The bank will take the deposits from them. That is what you guys would have studied as banker to an issue and all. You need to collect the applications now. Hello?
Several times. Back at the stock exchange, there's a half-hour wait just to get into the lifts.
It's not capitalism under control. I'm not getting on 70.
But by 2 o'clock, it's all over. The brokers retreat to their offices to process the paperwork that their frenzied activity has just produced. And the ring is prepared for yet another day's trading on the world's busiest and maddest stock exchange.
This is called as trading ring, which used to close at 2 o'clock. That's why they called it as world's busiest and maddest trading ring. Today there is nothing because everything is electronic based. So from today, now whatever we study, you will start understanding, okay, this is why this law is there. Now you imagine what and all could have Arshad Mehta made. Who is checking? Someone is just pulling you and telling, I have 100 shares, sell. Did you check? Do you know whether it is there? No, but he is selling it on the ring, no? Second thing, can't you do a duplicate share certificate? Now, when you have a law, that's the reason. That's why we study duplicate. But when you study it sitting here today, it will not make sense. But the laws are drafted from those days. Getting the point? Harshad Mehta, when he was arrested under 600 sections, civil, 72 criminal. When he passed away, that was, I think, if I'm not wrong, in the year 2000. That was exactly 31st December, something like that. He passed away. I think the trial means what? The case itself was not heard in the court for around 72 cases. So as he was in the jail itself, he passed away. He has wife also, he has son also. They maintain a very low profile. You do not hear about them much. They are fighting their legal cases even today. Some money they should get from here, they should get from here. In 2019, they won one legal case also against one broker. They won around 6 crore rupees, something like that. So yes, that's how it is. Understood, Ram? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Pakka? Okay, now keeping that in mind, stock market and its operation. What do you mean by a stock exchange? See here, what do you mean by a stock exchange? The Securities Contract Regulation Act 1986, SCRA, one act came in 1986, which said going forward, you cannot have association of person or trust and all, it has to be a company form of business. Who said that? This is the act, SCRA 1956. That 22 stockbrokers I said, they were living in a street there. And that street only today popularly is called as Dalal Street. Dalal is nothing but an intermediary, broker. Yes, sir. Today the Bombay Stock Exchange is in Dalal Street. The banyan tree is also still there. Okay. Any body of individuals. So what do you mean by a stock exchange? Any body of individuals, whether incorporated or not, constituted before corporatization and demutualization. So corporatization and demutualization was nothing but a process that was introduced in the 1956. Corporatization, the name itself has no. Going forward, illegal associations are all not allowed. It has to be corporate form. Before it was like that, but after it became corporates, it became companies. But I have to say a stock exchange means before corporatization, you were body of individuals, you were associations. That was also stock exchange only. Or a body corporate, incorporated under Companies Act 2013 today. Under a scheme of corporatization and demutualization, today it's called as what? Stock exchange. So before those 22 people is also stock exchange. Today, if you want to be a stock exchange, you should be a company form of business. This is the definition of stock exchange. Understood? Corporatization means illegal associations into legal form. That is company. Demutualization means that time, the 22 brokers, they are only the owners, they are only the management, they are only the brokers. Everything with them only. So SEBI felt this is also a problematic thing only. We have to, the power is coming to one person. Whoever is the owner, he is only the broker, he is only a decision maker. We have to demutualize this, meaning we have to separate the powers. And that's the whole concept of demutualization. Today, if you want to own a stock exchange, owner is different, the governing body, directors are different, shareholders are different, trading members are different. Trading member means broker. So today everything is separate. That everything was together because everything was happening from them, with them, by them. Everything is them only. And risk was more. And that's why we introduced a concept called as demutualization. Not required for us, but I'm just giving you what is this both. Clear? Hello? Pakka? Okay. Sir, what is the role of stock exchange? Now you understand that and you will be able to write the advantages or whatever is how is stock exchanges helping us? What is the role? It acts as a continuous market for securities. Correct? Huh? Yes, sir. Now imagine if stock exchange was not there. You want to sell Infosys share. Will you be able to sell? Now because there is a designated place, you know anytime I can go and sell it. I know anytime I can go and buy it. Hello? Pakka? Yes? Okay, next one. It is responsible for securities evaluation. What do you mean by securities evaluation? Values. You will know what is the price. Everything is taken care by them only. Mobilize savings. Correct? Without us, you look at the capital, amount of money. Company like Zomato wanted 9,000 crores. Now they are giving some tax to the government. GDP is growing. Now this money, who gave them that money? If public was not there, then where did they get that money from? How did they used to get the money? Stock exchanges gave you the platform to raise that money. IPOs. Agreed? What do you mean mobilize savings? Mobilize means whatever people are saving, we are trying to give you a platform to invest that savings into something. And where will we invest? You saw that IPO. You saw the number of people coming and participating in it. And today don't ask. In COVID, I think Upstocks and Zerodha opened 1 crore accounts. In COVID. 1 crore accounts they opened. I'm telling in 1 year. That's the number that people trade today. Yeah. Next one. Enables healthy speculation. Options, futures. Speculation means what? Gamble. Healthy speculation, healthy gamble. I am giving you a guideline, framework. You do it according to this. I am only encouraging you. If you have knowledge, come and make money. Healthy speculation. Correct? Next one, protect investors. Harshad Mehta did no. They are protecting no. Yes or no? But yes, that is the whole purpose of SEBI, right? Are we good? Oh my God, people 100% good we are. Compared to any stock exchange in the world, we are the best. Pakka. I'm saying if it is happening here, then don't even ask what is happening abroad. It is the point. India was the first country to implement T+2 settlement. What is T+2? If I buy a share on Monday, I am buying Infosys shares today by paying money. In how many days will I get that shares in my account?
Plus 2 days.
The day when I purchase, it's called as transaction day. So this is T. T+2. So I did a trade on Monday. I will not get it on Tuesday. I will get it on Wednesday. India was the first country to do T+2. India now is implementing T+1. Successfully implemented running. First country to implement T+1. What do you mean by that? If you sell on Monday, you will get money on Tuesday. If you buy on Monday, you will get the share on Tuesday. India is the first country to implement T+0. Today, as we speak, in 2024, SEBI is running a beta version. Testing is happening with 25 shares. Today, this number is also big. It's not even 25, around 50 or 75 companies are being tested. But yes, as per our theory, it is 25 companies. On these 25 companies, you buy on Monday, you will get the share on Monday only. You sell on Monday, you will get the money on Monday only. Now people remember the queue. What took 6 months now is taking minutes. And India is the first country to implement that. Safely. Not getting hacked. Nothing happening, and India is able to implement that. This is called as T+0 settlement. Hello? You guys are able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Pakka? Yes? Okay. Who does all this settlement and all? Stock exchange only will do it? Brokers will do it. Brokers will just write it and give it. This is what this person wants to sell. This is what this person wants to buy. A stock exchange will have something called as clearing corporation. What do you mean by that? You saw until 2 o'clock they traded. Now it is a time for settlement. They say no. The stock exchanges, there is part 2 for this video. Watch it. Now that entire paperwork will come to the stock exchanges. Now they will start entering. Hey, this person, you see his account. He is saying he has 500 shares. Check in the registers. Check with the company. Is it true? If everything is there, we will certify it. Then the transfer will take place. Hello? Getting the point? Who will do all of this? Money to be verified. Who will verify? All of this was done by a company called as clearing corporations. It will generally be subsidiaries of stock exchanges. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Understood all of you? Got a fair idea? Okay. Protect investors. Next one. Ensures liquidity. Correct? Huh? What is ensures liquidity? Now imagine I'm a mutual fund. Someone wants to withdraw the money. Now if it is a land, it will take me some 15 days, 20 days. I may get a seller, I may not get a seller. I may get a buyer, I may not get a buyer. It gives you a ready liquid place. You know for a fact you can sell today. Agreed? That's what I'm telling you. It acts as an economic barometer which we have seen, Sensex and Nifty. Exercise vigilance or control on companies. Today a random company just like that cannot come and get listed. I told you there are entry criteria. So you know for a fact an unlisted company can be a bogus company. A listed company can never be a bogus company. Most of the cases. But have we had a track record of like that? Yes, we have had a track record. Example was Satyam Computers. Was a bogus company. But the ratio is very less. Getting the point? Because someone is testing and only then allowing you to come to stock exchange. Getting it? Next one, attracts foreign capital, FPI. Hello? If at all your stock exchange is not regulated, why would they come? Stock exchange ensures safety of capital and fair dealing. Insider trading, we say no to what Harshad Mehta did, right? So we are stopping all of that. So fair dealing only, right? Regulate companies management. What do you mean by that? We have clearly said if you are a listed company, you need to follow certain parameters. See, once you are listed, how do I regulate you? We'll be seeing something called as listing agreement and all. You need to be a proper person even after getting listed. And how do we make sure you are doing that? Every quarterly once we take reports from you. We see what your financials are. Every day, remember, then why am I telling that a CS has a real good respect and demand in listed company? Why? Because when I'm saying all of this is happening, it is you who is coordinating with the stock exchanges. Remember that. You are the direct point of control and you are the direct point of contact. Who will do all this with SEBI and stock exchanges? It will be you. It is the role of CS only. You are called as compliance officer. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Pakana. Settlement cycle I just told you. T plus 1 today. T plus 0 with regards to 25 shares. It is beta version now. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In our book, it will be a different context. When you guys get it, you can strike it off. And in that place, we'll be writing this. What is that? India had T plus 2. We started with T plus 2. Today it is T plus 1. And now we are undergoing T plus 0. This is under beta version for 25 scripts. That is 25 companies. And remember, whenever you are counting days, when I say T plus 2, T plus 1, T plus 0 and all, remember, imagine if I sell a share on Friday, Saturday and Sunday is an off. Stock exchanges won't work. You will not count Saturday and Sunday in that T plus 1. So if it is Friday, my T plus 1 will be, T will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday you do not count it, Monday will be my 1. So if I sell anything on Friday, I will get the shares or the money. Seller will get the money on Monday and buyer will get the shares on Monday. Getting it? Both of it is T plus 1. Money is also T plus 1, shares also T plus 1. What if there are bank holidays? What if there are your regional holidays or whatever festive holidays? Everything there is. If a stock exchange is having a holiday, you will not count it. If it's a working day, you will count it. That's why we call it as a transaction day. And all this one is and all is working days. Saturday, Sunday not included, bank holiday not included, any other days are not included. Yes, sir.
So even if you, what would happen if you don't get it after the T plus 1? After the first day? What will be your
Very rare scenario, but you can follow up. There will be what is that? Grievance redressals. You can write it to the company, and we'll be seeing. We have something we have something called as courts. We'll be seeing it. SEBI complaint redressal system. We'll be seeing that. It will become a dispute. For if recently they did that, so they will only give you an intimation. They will say that the stock exchange is open, it will be open. That happens. Yes. Is this clear? Hello? Okay. People will do one thing. We'll end up the class here. I'm having a terrible headache. We'll resume the class tomorrow. Can you guys come a little early tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What time can we do?
2 o'clock.
Anyone from colleges and all, you have an issue, tell it now only.
2 o'clock will be a process.
Three works for all of you.
2:30.
3 works. Okay, I'll check with the team. They will message you. Whatever they message, you follow that. I think by now they would have sent you tomorrow's class. Don't follow that. I'll speak and I'll let you know. Clear? Okay. So see you all. Bye bye. So yesterday we had started with secondary market. Yes. Okay. And yesterday a quick recap. What did we discuss yesterday? We did the market participants only, majorly. What and all we discussed in market participants? We started with venture capital funds. What is venture capital fund? Hello? What is venture capital fund? Huh? They invest in a startup. Early stage, a owner gives up some ownership. It is any time between 3 to 5 years. It is always for that growth. They may either continue or they may either exit. Oh yes. We have the first song for the day and for the batch. Yay. Okay, after this topic, okay, done. Okay, then we saw, after venture capitals, we saw private equity. What is private equity? They are a part of AIF only. They are alternate investment funds itself. They invest more into operating companies. So they get an entry at much later point of time. They either go for an IPO or they wait until for the mergers and amalgamation, and as the case may be. Private equity can be of 3 types. The first one is called leveraged buyout. Leveraged means you're using debt to take over the company, or you are trying to take a debt and invest. The second one is venture capitals, which we have seen. The third one is growth capital. Growth is nothing but you're giving money for expansion or entering into new market, as the case may be. And the next one we saw was angel investors. If at all a person is investing, we call him as an angel investor. If group is coming and investing, we call it as an angel fund. And they generally come in as a seed capital. And they are all part of venture capital. Angel investor is a part of venture capital only. If you remember, I have written that vertical chart. That's what will apply here. And next we saw was anchor investor. Anchor investor means a person who, he is a QID only. But in the IPO, this person, if it is a main board, if it is a SME board, if it's a main board, this person makes an application in an IPO for a minimum of rupees 10 crore. If it's an SME board,
2 crores.
minimum 2 crores. Now, whenever you want to allot shares to an anchor investor, it is absolutely discretionary basis. The company can decide what amount they want to allot. Now, once they decide what amount they want to allot, now SEBI has given guidelines. If you have decided this amount, then I will tell you how many minimum, how many maximum you can give the shares to. So, if your allotment amount is up to 10 crore, then the maximum you can give up to is, if it's a main board, the maximum is 2 investors. If it is beyond 2 and up to 250, then the minimum will be 2, maximum is 15, subject to minimum of 5 crore. We changed it, 5 crore, subject to minimum 5 crore being allotted to each investor. If it is above 250, minimum 5, 15, subject to every additional 250 will give you an additional 10 crore allotment. Same thing is there also, but it is 25 crore and 25 crore and above. That's what with this with regards to SME. And we saw some guidelines also for the anchor investors. For them, the issue opening date will be 1 day prior, and the allotment will also be made on the day of application itself. And whatever is the share applicable, whatever is a allotment that you have kept aside for QIB, 60% of it will be kept aside for anchor investor, and in that 1/3 will be kept aside for domestic mutual funds. Yes, and then we saw foreign portfolio investors. FPI is nothing but whenever you want to invest into Indian market, you need to register with SEBI first as a foreign portfolio investor, which can be either category 1 and category 2, and accordingly they can invest into Indian markets. Here only we had seen our FATF, your endowments, university funds, pension funds, charities, all these people coming, endowments, and all these people came and invested. Majorly this is what we had seen under FPI, and we had seen FATF compliant countries and all those parts. And the next one we did was pension funds. Pension funds, basically if it is NPS National Pension Scheme, it is regulated by PFRDA. If it is any other larger corporation doing it, it is generally done voluntarily. They only will monitor it. A pension fund can be regulated by the company in-house, or a financial intermediary can be appointed who will take care of allotment or investment of these pension funds. That was our last thing, and we completed your pension funds. Chapter 1, and next we started with chapter 2. In chapter 2 yesterday we saw, I think, stock exchange. In that we saw I think settlement cycle something. I think that is where we stopped. So we saw that earlier the settlement cycle was T+2. In your books, we wrote this. This was a prior. This is current. This is beta version. This is what we wrote. Correct? Hello? Yes, sir. Whatever is there in our book, that part you guys can strike it away. In our book, I think still T+2 reflects. So strike away the T+2. Whatever we have written in the book, read that. Clear? Hello? Okay. Yes. That's what you strike it away. That was T+2 alone. You guys have it in the book. Strike that away. In that place, this will apply. This was a prior rule. Currently, this is the settlement we are following. And this is where we are trying beta version. And this is what 25 scripts. That is T+0. Effective 2024. Clear? Hello? Okay, done. Done now? Copy this one now? Hello? Okay, copy. This is with regards to settlement. Trade settlement. That is the heading. Yes, and we wrote also, if you remember, what are the days which are not included also we wrote. Bank holidays or non-working days, weekends, national holidays, wherever a stock exchange is off, that day is not counted when you are counting the number of days. Copy down.
No, sir.
Done now?
No, sir.
Hey, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? You wrote this yesterday, not now.
We didn't write, sir. We did.
I wrote. Don't say we. Sir, we didn't write. Matthew, full Goa vibes today.
Yes, sir.
Remote ಅಲ್ಲ? Why not remote you guys will take that? Note ಸರಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. Next time I see a person picking up the remote, they will dance. Now I saw you picking up the remote. Matthew, you are feeling okay at temperature, huh? Matthew, are you from Goa or Antarctica? Huh? It's 16 and swinging in full. Look at the paper. Keep a little bit more warmer. Just on 28 idla.
No.
Okay, copy down. Okay. The next one, people. What else we saw? Only demat form. We need to see this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In our book, listed company is there, unlisted public company is there. There is one amendment. We are seeing the amendment also in the class only. Private company is not there. So refer to your book only. I am writing the entire demat part in our book itself. Write it down. So here demat form. I am writing all three. Private is added. That's the only amendment. The other two are as it is. That has not changed. Yes. Okay. So what is demat form? Dematerialized form. What is dematerialized? Converting physical shares into electronic form. So remember, people, the moment I need to say, oh, you are all compliance officer, company secretary, full status and all, for that to happen, remember, the paperwork has to be eliminated. The more digital the processes become, your role will become that strong. If at all it is still physical, that means there is a scope to do any possible thing there. Whether you want to cheat the system, you can cheat the system. If you want to do anything, for example, can you create a document today which says, imagine a old person, he has not signed it, but you want to create a document today that he has signed the document. Can you create it today? A physical document? Can you create or not? Mithun, can you create it or not? Mithun, you sold off? Mithun was saying, no, my God, what are you saying, sir? Okay. So, Mithun, what you thought is right. You cannot. But what I'm asking, can you do it? How can they do? What is it? Take one signature, you do. Will that person come and say it is not mine? I'm saying, okay. You're saying, sir, what? We'll fight in the court. That is my purpose. I will fight in the court. Litigation, 5 years, 10 years, we'll pull it. At least I will give you that, sense of satisfaction for me and the trouble that I want to infuse in your life. That I'm able to do, no. Now, is it happening? The answer is yes. Now, in this system, how will you create, there should be a person, he has to sign the document. Now, when the document itself is being created fake, what is the use of a person who is checking the document? That's why I'm telling you, the moment everything becomes digital, you cannot backdate the documents. So, first thing, what did the government do? If they start doing everything at once, people will throw stones. Obviously, we do not want that. So, 2013, they came and said, going forward, if you are a listed company, there is no longer physical dealing of share certificates. It has to be in electronic form. So, today, if you want to buy a share in a listed company, you cannot buy it in a physical form. It has to be electronic. Now, how is that? You have to go open a demat account and then place an order and the shares will get credited. Now, tell me, in this process, can you cheat anyone? You can clearly tell who purchased it. I have your data. When did you purchase? I have the data. Now, can I tax you on that? Yes, I can tax you on that. Everything is now accountable, right? Now, first thing that we started doing was for listed company. Now, listed company successfully implemented. Next, we started looking at who is next. We got the Bakra. That was public companies. Unlisted public companies was the next target. 2019. The first rule we had was called, this I'm not referring, we are just seeing in capital market, but this entire explanation is in company law only. Section is section 29 and rule is rule 9. It was there. There was an amendment. They added, going forward, rule 9 said every listed company electronic form. Getting that? They added one more rule there, 9A, which said going forward, if you are an unlisted public company, all your securities has to be mandatorily in electronic form, that is demat form. Now, even if you are a public company who is not listed, You cannot hold your shares in a physical form. It has to be in electronic form. 2024. Next Bakra. Who? Sikta. Who? Private company. 2024. First they said implemented. 18 months. 2023. 2024 was the time given. By September 2024, the time was done. Of course, they have now again given some extensions and all, but the time that was given was September 2024. Now, what is the time? They said that going forward, even if you are a private company, all your securities has to be mandatorily in demat form. Physical form is no longer expected. It is not accepted from you. So even for a private company today, a physical share certificate is almost eliminated. Now entire industry came and said, Dikkara, Dikkara. Why? Demat comes with a cost. Let us take an example of Arivu. Some 6 shareholders are there. For 6 shareholders, we have some 6 papers. For 6 papers, I have to pay some amount to a depository for converting this physical shares into electronic form, and I need to pay a fixed rent, like a fees, every year to this depository. Who is a depository? The person who helps you to convert your physical share certificates into electronic form. Hello? Getting it? So now going forward, I need to pay them now. Now you tell me, is it feasible for me? I'm telling 6 members, 6 papers are there. I understand your intention. Intention is not to cheat, but you need to understand the ground reality also. Cost. For a company, I always say compliance, if it becomes a cost, people will not comply. If I have to follow a rule, and if that rule comes with a cost, that means you are discouraging the people to follow. As expected, people said, Dikkara, Dikkara. What did they say? Dikkara, Dikkara. Now people, हमको न्याय चाहिए. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Matthew. No, they asked for that. So finally, these are all expected only. So what did the companies do? Okay, don't cry, da. I know who you all are. You're all small people is what you're saying, right? Okay, I heard you. From the private company bracket, they excluded some companies. So today for private company it is applicable, except few companies. And who are they? That few companies are small companies. Hello? Just for non-company law students, what do you mean by a small company? How do I know which is small, which is big? If they're just in a ground floor small, first floor and all, no. How do you say what is small, what is big? It is always based upon capital and turnover. If a capital of a company is not more than 4 crores, if capital is not more than 4 crores and turnover is not more than 40 crores, both to be satisfied. If you satisfy both, then you will be considered as a small company. For a small company today, we have an exception. We need not have to convert our data into electronic form. Understood? Pakka na? Yes, sir. That is what is the scenario. Write down. Those are new.
SMEs were there, or just small?
In Companies Act, there is no concept of SME, right? We have only given an exception to small company. SME is nothing but a new category altogether in a different act. Write down. Demat form. First one. In the case of listed company, it is governed under Regulation 40 of SEBI, LODR. According to this, what does the rule say? Except in the case of transmission, except in the case of transmission and transposition, except in the case of transmission and transposition, A request for transfer of securities shall not be processed shall not be processed unless the securities are dematerialized. And remember, IPO has to be in demat form. In fact, you can write IPO or FPO, just not to confuse. Any public offer going forward has to be in demat form. Kobita, hello. Next one, unlisted public companies. Unlisted public companies, which is governed under Rule 9A. Rule 9A of companies PAS rules 2014. Not required, but PAS stands for Prospectus and Allotment of Securities. It's a chapter in company law, that's why we call it as PAS. Prospectus and Allotment of Securities. That's the full form of PAS. Prospectus and Allotment of Securities. According to this rule, what does it say? It has totally three things. New issue of securities to be mandatorily in demat form. They online or in demat form. Any request for transfer of securities shall not be processed until they are dematerialized before the company goes for buyback, BB buyback, rights issue, or bonus all the holdings of the promoters, directors, KMP, key managerial person, shall be dematerialized. Dematerialized. KMP is key managerial person. Key managerial person. Kopida? Hello? Danna? What a version?
Sir, could you hold on?
Almost, yes, sir.
Almost there.
Almost there. You didn't watch any new movie, da?
Just once.
Which one? Then no. Huh?
Be the dealers.
Ah,
20%.
you watched yesterday's chapter? Hello? Review is done?
No, sir.
Review is yet to be done. What, madam? Done? Huh? Hey, your friend, huh? You don't know. You should just trust her. He'll be your friend. You both are not friends? You fought? Friends only. But just that you don't know each other. Nice friendship. You didn't know he gives reviews. He gives. He keeps giving reviews. He reviewed Matthew Stephen also. Cool. Matthew's in Goa vibe today. Eyebrows went up. Okay, done na? 9B, read on. Private companies, or read on certain private companies. Certain private companies, it is given in Rule 9B. Same thing, companies, PAS rules. Prospectus and allotment of securities rules 2014. According to this, new issue of certain class of private companies, for our information I am writing except small company. Except small company to be in which one? Certain right. Yes. Yes. To be in demat form. The rest of the 2 points are same to same. Prospectus and allotment of securities rules 2014. Kopida? Hello? Done? That is this topic. I hope you guys understood. Any doubts here? Clear? Okay. The next one. Dada, Matthew. Dana. Tilda. Sam. He's asking what same? From where to where? These 2 points are same. Okay. What did we write, people? Except in the case of in the listed company. Any new issue, people, in all three, it has to be listed. It has to be in demat. We don't have a question there at all. Meaning you are already an established company. You want to issue more shares from today. I'm not talking about the past. Going forward, everything mandatory demat only. Meaning the shares are to be in electronic form. Getting the point? Going forward, new issue. Okay. Apart from that, there are some rules. What is that we are seeing? If you are a listed company, except in the case of transmission and transposition, a request for transfer of securities shall not be processed unless the securities are dematerialized. Now, what do you mean by that? Second point clearly tells us that if at all a company is coming up with any new issue, all the issues has to be in a demat form. Okay. What about the existing people? Existing people will not come under new issue. Then where are they covered? So, no, the law has given you flexibility. What is that flexibility? For example, let us imagine there are so many shareholders who belong to Reliance, Tata's, Infosys, who still hold physical shares. Even today we have. I'm telling, forget about private company. In Reliance, Tata's only there are people still holding physical shares. There are people. Now my question to you, what are you going to do it holding it physically? Do you want to sell it or you just want to hold it? You do not do anything. I've purchased it, I've kept it in the locker, I will die. If that is your purpose, then absolutely we are not including you here. You continue to hold it in physical form, even if it is a listed company, I don't have a problem. Now Mithun comes and says, sir, if it is a paper, if I do not do anything to that, it is just a paper. The paper has no value. The paper gets value when I sell it to someone. Now listed company, stock exchange or SEBI will come and tell, if you want to sell it to anyone, that time physical I will not allow. Come first convert yourself into dematerialized form, then serve it. I mean then you can transfer it. Until then I will not allow you to sell. That's what it is wrote, except in the case of transmission and transposition. You leave these two. But if you want to transfer, you have to first convert into dematerialization and then only you can sell it. Without converting into electronic form, you cannot sell it. Clear? Now, what do you mean by transmission? What do you mean by transposition? Why are these two things given exception? What do you mean by this? Transmission means, people, it happens due to the operation of law. Example for transmission is death. Imagine a person was a shareholder, he kept the shares in a locker, he literally died. Now you want to, the legalers want to claim it. Now it is a physical form only, it is in his name. Where do I go and dematerialize it? They are telling, in this case, we will accept the physical form, you come. But the new shares that we will be allotting you, that will be in electronic form only. It is the point, huh? Yes, sir. Okay. What do you mean by transposition? Voice is not clear. Now clear, huh? Hello? 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 Clear, huh? Okay. What is the transposition? Hello? Changing the position is called as transposition. Transposition means, people, nothing but it happens only in the case of joint shareholders. What do you mean by joint shareholders? You guys have heard of in bank account, joint account, no? There are two people. Together they open one bank account. Probably husband's name written first, wife's name written second. She says, how sir? Hema says, how dare you write husband's name first? Wife name should come first. That's the world's, you have to rule of the world, you have to follow that. Says Hema. Now people, the husband has no other choice, will go and write the wife's name first, next his name. Now this process is called as transposition. Altering the name, liftata. From second floor to first floor to second floor, amongst them only. No transfer is happening. Just names are getting changed. Why, sir? Remember, whosoever name is written first will enjoy all the benefits. That the wife got to know. When the yes, sir. So, understood, Matthew? Ayyo, sahi. Matthew, when you get the wife, I'm telling her. I know. No?
I mean,
He's telling he'll get a no. Okay. Understand. But sometimes it's not clear. Voice? From tomorrow, the gargle and come. Okay. Unlisted public company, rule 9A. New issue, we have no problem at all. Demat. Any request for transfer, no problem at all. Demat. Same, cut copy. If you want to transfer, first convert into demat and then transfer. Third one. Sir, I am not doing new issue. I'm not transferring also. Then I can continue in physical. Okay, now my question is, do you want to do anything called buyback? Do you want to do rights issue? Do you want to do bonus issue? If you want to do any of these three things, first to make sure your promoters, your directors, your KMPs, at least their shares are dematerialized. Forget about outsiders. At least first convert your shares first into dematerialization. So rights issue no illa, new issue no illa, bonus issue no illa, nothing, then die. I don't care. You keep it in physical form, I literally don't care. But if any of these things are happening, your promoters, your directors, KMPs, now their shares has to be dematerialized. Clear? Now Mithun asks, what do you mean by KMP? Now Matthew says KMP means
Key managerial personnel.
full form. Full form.
You did it.
Did I say KMP full form? I'm saying who sits in KMP? Who?
Like directors, officers in charge. So like CEO, CFO,
CEO,
CFO,
CFO,
CS,
CS,
directors.
directors.
That's
That's all. Rest of them let them die. Whole-time directors, managers, managing directors, CEO, CFO, CS, any other officer one level below the board of directors. And if you call such person as KMP and that person. So these people are fixed as KMPs. Easy? CEO, CFO, CS. Managing director, manager, or whole-time director. Remember these people. So even their shareholding has to be compulsorily dematerialized. Clear? Hello? Private, same, except small company, new issue, mandatory demat form. If at all transfer, first demat, and next one rights issue, buyback and all those things. KMP, promoters, directors, first theirs has to be dematerialized. We do not want the regular people to be dematerialized. We will come to them when they want to transfer it. They are covered because no one can just hold it for forever. They will transfer. That time we will catch hold of them. You guys first convert is what they are saying. Clear? Hello? Okay, done. Okay, next one. Types of security systems. Children. Okay, we'll do it here only. Listed securities, permitted securities. What do you mean listed securities? Securities listed on stock exchange is called as listed securities. What do you have permitted securities? Which is permitted to be traded on stock exchange is called as? Correct, tell me. Asking. Tell me, Illappa. Not right. I didn't say wrong. Now people, what do you mean by listed securities? What do you mean by listed security?
listed on the stock exchange.
Okay, non-company law students. Company law no same and different. Okay, question is people, let us imagine a company lists on a particular stock exchange. Let us imagine there is a company called as Infosys. They get listed on stock exchange. Now with Infosys, there are a lot of securities with them. Like preference shares are there, equity are there, debentures are there, bonds are there. They've issued everything. Now, why did they go for a stock exchange? Because they came up with an IPO. That's why they entered into stock exchange and hence they became listed companies. But prior only, they were already preference shares, debentures, bonds, all those things were already there. Now, my question to you, now Infosys, when it becomes available on a stock exchange, because of an IPO of equity, will only equity be called as a listed security, or the entire company will become listed company and all the securities of that company will be available on stock exchange? What is your take on it? You guys understood the question? When I went for an IPO, I listed my equity. Will only equity be available on stock exchange, or will all the securities of the company be available on stock exchange? First, let us give an option for non-company law. Only equity. Okay, now company law, tell me. Only equity? Matthew? All the securities will be available? Only equity is available? What is allowed? Oh, sir, right, simply. Tell the Ganu should tell the only equity? Pakka no? 100% Remember, sir, listed securities, we call it as listed securities because a company will never get listed. It's always a security that gets listed. Now, when a Infosys company is going for an IPO with equity shares, that means equity shares of Infosys is getting listed. Not the Infosys company together completely is getting listed. That's not how we interpret it. So what is getting listed? Only equity is getting listed. So can I trade my preference? Answer is no. Can I trade my debt? Answer is no. Sir, if I want to trade, make an application for that, pay the fees for that. Fees is different for every security. Understood? Now how do we list our securities on stock exchange? Let us imagine if Infosys wants to get themselves listed on NSE. Yes. So how will they list on NSE? They will enter into an agreement with NSE. NSE will tell, if you want your name to be listed on my platform, then I have certain conditions that you need to satisfy. If you satisfy that, then I'll allow you to list yourself. If not, you cannot list on my platform. Imagine NSE is nothing but like Ola and Swiggy or whatever, Zomato. There is a platform. All the hotels will get listed there. Provided I say what are the conditions. Plastic you should not use. I will come with my own conditions. But you have to satisfy that. If you don't satisfy, I will not list you on my platform. Says Zomato. Same way, NSE says, I will also have my own conditions. Whenever, imagine every quarterly, you have to give me your financial statements. That's a condition. Like this, there is a huge condition. Hello? Now, a company which wants to get listed on NSE has to satisfy the entire conditions or no? What is the guarantee that you will satisfy it? What is the guarantee? We'll CS. CS not put. So when nothing is there, we'll create opportunity for ourselves. Start with CS. So remember people, what is the guarantee? We will sign one agreement that we are going to satisfy everything. We will sign it. That agreement is called as listing agreement. Understood? And if you go against listing agreement, you can be suspended, you can be debarred from stock exchange. Listing agreements are very important, Oh, they will get to know. They will. Yes, in listed companies, to get out is very difficult, people. Unless and until you do some matlab that the world can never see, yes. But on a regular thing, can you get it out? The answer is no. If there are 5,000, 6,000 companies that are listed, are there people doing fraud? I would say yes. And what will be the seriousness or intensity of that fraud? I would say small. It will not be that big, at least today's date. And how many companies would be doing? Probably 3, 5. I'm saying that also is not possible, but that is a maximum. I'm saying out of 6,000 companies, I'm saying 3 companies, 2 companies. That to some small things. I'm not saying a major thing. Yes, because transparency. Every quarterly you need to file financials. Every quarterly you need to get your accounts audited. Internal auditor is a mandatory person. Rotation of auditor applies. Now you take Arivu. Arivu started in the year 2015. From 2015 our auditor is same. Hello. With that auditor last I'm saying 10 years. For another 10 years, we are already best friends. I'm not saying bad or good, nothing. But can that influence the decisions? I'm not saying in our company it will happen. In general, yes, edit Mavudro. Yes, yes or no? Then so in listed company there is not possible. Rotation applies, no? Every 5 years once you need to change your auditors. So we try to reduce every independent director is mandatory. Now, if you take Mukesh Ambani, he may do anything. He might do anything that gives personal benefit. Okay, you tell me, I'll tell you a simple thing. Mukesh Ambani books one, the business class flight. Sorry, business class, private jet only they will take. They will take private jet and he will say, why did you go there? Because there is a business meet. Imagine entire family goes. How will you say what was a business meet, what was your family vacation? How will you make that out? But can they do it? Yes, they can do it. Huh? You can also launder money. Money laundering. Who? What am I telling? I know you have studied money laundering yesterday. That doesn't mean somewhere one money laundering happened. You had somewhere? See? Students saying that's how students mind. Somewhere you say a peculiar point, no. That means somewhere you have studied yesterday, day before yesterday. You didn't study?
You will use it as an example, sir, to make understand something.
He will make it as an example.
Ma'am used him as an example for making an assessment.
Ma'am doesn't know he really does it? He'll be doing like this, you see. That's it. I don't know. Credit. Okay. Understood? Defamation. They'll put you also unnecessarily. This video also will go. Again, I have to come and record. Okay. The securities of company which have signed the listing agreement with the stock exchange are traded as listed securities in that exchange. Clear? All of you? Okay, remember, I went and listed my equity shares. The company came up with bonus shares. I hope you guys have heard of bonus. If I have one share, I might get one extra share, free share from the company. Equity share only I'll get. Now, that extra share is also listed on stock exchange?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Now, should I file an extra application for that? That I have given extra shares. Yes or no? Remember, even if you increase your share capital by whatever you do, you are adding number of shares, you are doing a rights issue, you are doing an FPO, whatever you do, that will again come under this listing agreement. You need to again file an application for listing those securities because initially you said you will be trading 5 lakh shares. Now 5 lakh became 10 lakh. Did you take permission for that? No. Understood? Pakka? So every time you add number of securities also you need to file an application to the stock exchange. That is mandatory. Understood? Huh? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is with permitted securities? Read it once. To facilitate the market participants to trade in securities of such companies which are actively traded at other stock exchange in India but on is no exchange, trading the securities facilitate. Understood? Huh? No? Okay, now listen. People, let us imagine there are stock exchanges in India called as NSE, BSE, what is it? Kolkata Stock Exchange, what of it? We call it as Kolkata or Kolkata? Kolkata? Kolkata.
Yeah.
Kolkata. Kolkata Allah. Okay, I ask you no. Okay. But there is this Kolkata Stock Exchange.
It was.
It was there, it's no longer there.
Maybe.
When I last saw it was there, they have shut it down. They have closed it, huh? Is there no, huh?
I said maybe no.
Hey. Yes, sir. Now let us imagine there is a company that is listed on NSE. Let us imagine there is a company called Infosys. Infosys has entered into a listing agreement with NSE. Now my question is, can one company be listed on more than one stock exchange? Is it possible? Yes, possible. If you have money, you do it. It's absolutely fine. If it's a early companies, they always list on one. If you are already a big enough company, they do it on both NSE as well as BSE. Now, the company is complying with utmost highest standards. Now, these stock exchanges, we call them as regional stock exchanges, which are fading away as we speak. 3 years prior, we had Bangalore Stock Exchange closed, Pune closed, Mangalore closed. Why? Who comes and trades today in a regional stock exchange? Nothing is electronic, first of all. Everything is still happening on a telecall. You have to call your broker and tell that please sell this share of mine at this price. They will note it down and they will execute it. That's how regional stock exchanges are working, because tech is not there, no? That too to work at today's pace. Now who will come and open? Why would someone do it? Are you getting the point? Now what will the Kolkata Stock Exchange do? They also want to keep the stock exchange alive. What will they do? Sir, you have Infosys share, Chandramouli sir. Matthew sir, you want Infosys share? You both are from Kolkata, na? Sir, why sir go to NSE and BSE? Infosys share is already listed in NSE. Come sir, we will allow you to trade in our stock exchange also. Matthew says, but Infosys is not listed in your stock exchange. It says, it's okay sir, come, we will permit it. Why? We want some exchange to happen in our stock exchange also. Hello? So, this type of security which is allowed by a stock exchange, even though when it is not listed over that stock exchange, we call such securities as permitted securities. Understood? Hello? Pakana? Generally it is offered out of goodwill or to keep the transactions alive. You think this company has already been complying with utmost standards. They are not going to cheat, or if they cheat, they will be caught. So I can allow them. I have that confidence. Kolkata Stock Exchange will allow them. Such type of security is called as permitted security. Clear? Hello? Read once. See if you are able to understand. To facilitate the market participants to trade in securities of such companies which are actively traded at other stock exchanges in India but are not listed on an exchange. Trading in such securities is facilitated as permitted securities, provided they meet the relevant norms specified by that stock exchange. So they may allow you, yes, it is possible. Clear? Hello? This is your permitted securities. You're feeling cold now? He is 2 feet to you. I am also 2 feet. You can tell me. You said you're perfectly fine, Noda. Okay. The next one. They've given it as market participants. Instead of market participants, we'll write it as intermediaries of stock market. Write down. Intermediaries of capital market. Intermediaries of capital market. Intermediaries of capital market. Intermediaries of capital market. Okay. There are totally 7. The first 3 we are going to discuss it in the respective chapters. One we have already seen. The first one is called as stock exchange. So for a person to trade, we need all the systems. What is stock exchange? We already saw. Earlier it was body of individuals before 1956. Now it is body corporate form, corporatization and demutualization. Okay, stock exchange. Second one is depositories. And third one is depository participant. Depository and depository participant. This we'll be seeing in chapter 5. Chapter itself is Depositories Act. So we'll be going in detail. For now, leave it. The fourth one we are seeing is brokers. Brokers includes sub-brokers as well. Also called as intermediary, also called as broker. Who's a stockbroker? Blue color coat is called stockbroker. So blue color coat is stockbroker. Okay. We generally refer to them as trading members. Their connection between buyer and the seller is called stockbrokers, referred as trading member. Remember, today if you want to sell your shares, you cannot sell it without a stockbroker. Now, who is a stockbroker? He is none other than your accounts. Your Zerodha, Upstock, so wherever you guys, 5 Paisa, Grow, wherever you guys have opened, all these are only called as brokers today. So that means today if you want to access a stock market, you need to have or you need to open an account with a broker. That is none other than your Upstocks and all these people. Zerodha, as the case may be. Understood? So they are referred to as a trading member. They are referred to as trading member. They connect seller to the buyer. Next type of intermediary is called as clearing corporations. Yesterday we saw who is a clearing corporation. What is clearing corporation? Not verify. What did they do? Settlement of transactions. An entity which settles the funds and securities between buyer and seller according to the settlement cycle. According to the settlement cycle. Clear? So for us, NSE and BSE, they have their own wholly owned subsidiaries which is working as a clearing corporation. They will only do the settlement part. So what are we talking about? After T+1, if I do a trade today, tomorrow my funds will be debited or credited and my shares will be debited or credited as the case may be. When I purchase the shares, tomorrow I will get the shares. If I have purchased, tomorrow my money will be debited. Same way, if at all I have sold the shares, tomorrow it will be debited. Accordingly, it will be credited to the buyer. So this the person who settles all this, we call such person as a clearing corporation. Clear? When I sell, the shares get debited from my account tomorrow. It gets credited to the buyer tomorrow. From the buyer, the money gets debited tomorrow, gets credited to the seller's account tomorrow. Yes, sir? Okay. The next one. Who else is there, sir? Merchant bankers. What is the role of merchant bankers? Who are merchant bankers? They act as an intermediary which supports the company to go for an IPO merchant banker appoints all the other intermediaries required in an IPO for the company. Who are merchant bankers? Generally banks only or investment advisors. Remember people, it's nothing but they do the hand holding for the company to go for an IPO. If at all a company proposes to go for an IPO, what do you know about IPO? We don't know anything. Underwriters all, where do we know how much commissions they charge? What is the process? Which documents to be filed? The entire hand holding will be done by merchant bankers. In simple language, now if Matthew wants to get married, he can only do all the arrangements. That is, he can only go to the caterer, he can only go to the, stage, he can only perform, he can only sing that day, it is left to him. Or he can just go to an event planner, he will do everything for him. But the event planner here is called merchant banker. Understood? So he will go and he will appoint a caterer. So he will appoint registrar and share transfer agents, underwriters, bankers to an issue. There are many other intermediaries. Everyone will be appointed by this particular person on behalf of the company. Clear? Okay. Last one, custodian. We saw yesterday only. Where did you see custodian? IDRs. What is the role of custodian? For safely keeping of securities. And they also perform the role of, imagine, now if I have some securities, can I just go and place it with any custodian? The answer is yes. What other offers would they give it to me? Now imagine I have some securities of Infosys. Can I keep it with a custodian? Yes, there are people providing such services. But it used to happen more when it was in physical share certificates. Today, it does not exist majorly. But can we do it? The answer is yes. We can keep our physical share certificates with a person, like a bank locker. But here, this person will take care of it personally. Now imagine if a company issues bonus shares, he will collect it on behalf of you. It was more predominant in the physical form. In the electronic form, it almost lost its significance. You can still see them here and there. One of it was where? Which movie? Sorry. Lucky Bhaskar. Hey, idea, da. You're still giving movie reviews only, Adam? So, IDR, understood? In IDRs you saw. So, wherever that role is there, we are still utilizing its opportunities. If not, today they do not predominantly exist. Clear all of you? Yes? Custodian, write down. They offer safekeeping of securities on behalf on behalf of a shareholder, they also offer services like collection of dividend, bonus, etc. That is called as what? Custodian. In one of the case we had seen example was your ideas. Kopita. Okay, we'll see this one point and then we'll write the next thing called as stock markets. Okay, right entitlements. We could have written this in types of instruments only, but yes, recently added one. There is something called as right entitlements. Okay, first of all, have you guys heard of something called as rights issue? What do you mean by rights issue? Existing shareholders gets a right to transfer his for the existing shareholder, there is an option given to him to buy the shares at a discounted price. That's what you're saying? Okay, yes. Now, sir, what do you mean by rights issue, people? In short, I'll tell you. Let us take, for example, if there's a company, the company wants more capital to grow. The company has two options. Option one, they can do some, imagine this company has already done IPO. Now the company wants more money. Why? We want to grow. The company can raise this money in two ways. First way, you can go to new set of people apart from who is already existing. You don't want them. You want new set of public to come and invest. I will do something called as FPO. No sir, I am very loyal to my existing shareholders. I will tell them, okay, hey you existing shareholders who already has some shares in my company, I will give you only an opportunity. If you believe in my company, invest more. This is the opportunity. We will give you a letter. We will give you a letter. Now this is a letter given to you. It is your right to invest more into the company which you believe. Now if you want, you can give money and you can invest in that, or if you do not want, you can let it go. It is your choice. You are not under an obligation. Now for example, previous year I got an option to invest money into rights issue of Airtel. Airtel did a rights issue. Now they sent an email that being an existing shareholder, it's an opportunity for you to invest more money into Airtel and you can exercise more shares if you do it so. Now I have an option. If I want, I can buy more shares in Airtel. If I'm not interested, I can just leave that and that particular thing comes to an end. It is my option. Now what did I do? I felt lazy. I just let it go. I just left it. But if I'm interested, I can buy it. It's my choice purely. Being an existing shareholder in that company, it's a choice I make to invest more money into that company or let it go. Now such type of issue is called as what people? Rights issue. What do you mean by rights issue? An option given to an existing shareholder to buy more shares. Clear? Pakka? 100%? Sir, now the problem. Now we feel that what if everyone is interested to buy? Now I want say some portion. Everyone have to. So first question, can I give it only to, now imagine you are all shareholders. I will say only the right side, this set of the shareholders. It's an option only given to you guys. You guys can't invest. Can I make this differentiation between the shareholders? The answer is no. But if I give an option to everyone, I don't want so much of money. Now what do I do? What do I do? But how do I give them shares to everyone then?
Not all the shares.
So we come up with something called as proportion. Now let us imagine the company already has 100 crore. I want 10 crore. I have 100, I want 10. Now the proportion becomes what? 10:1. That means what? If you hold 10 shares, you have a right to buy 1 share. Understood? Pakka na? Proportionate means what? I want 10 crore rupees. I'm just giving you an example, that's all. I want 10 crore. But we have totally already raised 100 crore. That is the already existing people we have. I will come up with my own proportion. What is a proportion? There are 100 crores. I need another 10 crores. So that means for every 10 shares, you get an option to buy 1 share. Sir, what if I have 5 shares? Your right comes to an end. What if I have 9 shares? Your right comes to an end. What if I have 11 shares? You can exercise only 1 share. Hello? Is this clear? All of you? Now till here, it was already there. That's not a new introduction. It's already there in company law. Now what is it I said newly introduced concept? Newly introduced concept is people, that day I let the Airtel option go. Now, whenever a rights issue is coming, let us imagine the share price of a particular share is 600. When a company is making rights issue, remember, now Gauri is thinking, sir, why should I buy it from the company only? Anywhere the company is listed. Can't I buy it in the market? So remember, there will always be a little discount that will be allowed to you. If the market price is 600, they might sell you the shares for probably 550, 560. That discount will be given to you. Getting the point? Hello? Now, what did I do? They said 600, they offered me to sell the shares at 550. Now, did I buy? I did not buy. Did I buy? The answer is no. Let us imagine Matthew only got this option. He got an option to buy the rights issue. Did he buy? He did not buy. Now, meanwhile, people, say for example, Gauri came and said, Matthew, if you do not want to buy, at least give it to me, I will buy. You do not want to buy, right? At least give it to me, I will buy. Now Matthew became selfish. He started doing all maths. In the market it is 600. Option is given for 50. 50 rupees she is making profit. Now Matthew, first of all the question is, can we give our option to someone else to buy? Can we give it? It's there? Yes, possible. We call it as renunciation. We call that right as renunciation. Meaning we give an option to one shareholder. If he doesn't want or if she doesn't want, she can give that right to someone else. Is this allowed? Yes, it is allowed. Hello? Okay, now Matthew made all the maths. Gauri, I will give it to you. Now I got to know that you are going to make 50 rupees profit. So I want some commission in it. So what will Matthew do? I will give you the letter I got from the company. Company gave this eligibility letter, right? That I am eligible to participate in rights issue. Company gave me this letter. I will give you this letter. You can go and apply. But for me giving you this letter, I will charge a fees. And that fees will be 10 rupees, 20 rupees, as the case may be, per share. Now imagine if Matthew had a right to buy 100 shares. It will be 20 into 100. So Gauri has to give 2000 rupees to purchase this letter, to get that letter. And then Gauri gets a chance to invest money into that company. Hello? Pakka? Sure? Chandramouli asks. So then what will Gauri get? So Gauri will also be benefited. Matthew will also be benefited. Why? Matthew made from nothing, from thin air, he made 2000 rupees. Now Gauri's effective price became how much? It became 570. 550 I have to give it to the company. 20 rupees I gave it to Matthew. So the price became 570. In the market, the shares are traded at 600. I'm still under profit only. So Gauri doesn't hesitate. Gauri will invest that particular money into that particular rights issue. Hello? The concept of Matthew trading this to Gauri is the new concept introduced. Remember, today this letter can be sold on the stock exchange. Hello? Now, Matthew found Gauri, okay. He was able to find a buyer. Can all of us find a buyer? Now, Bharti Airtel, where will I stand in the road and sell? Airtel. Where? Can we do this? Possible. That's why what they did, they created a platform. Remember, today, this letter will also be treated as a security. That letter will be given a unique number. It's called as ISIN. Nothing but security identification number. So it's a number given to you. Even that letter will have that number. You can trade it over the stock exchange until the date of the rights issue. Imagine you got the letter today. Another 30 days time is there. You can trade for that 25, 28 days, whatever is left. Now I sold it to Matthew for 550. Matthew sold it to Gauri for 570. Gauri can sell it for 575. Now Sanjay will buy it for 580. It will go on up to the rights issue. Again Matthew will buy it for 610. No? Okay, understood, huh? Pakka na? Now this thing is called as what? Right entitlement. Entitlement means your letter. That the letter is called as nothing but letter of offer. That is allowed to be traded on a stock exchange today. It is allowed. Clear all of you? 100%? Huh?
Sir, instead of renunciation, can Matthew simply purchase it? A existed. Sell it off.
Possible, but commission he has to pay, no? I mean, see, comparatively, yes. But are we speaking only about us? For us, the proportion is less. I get your point. So, we have to say it in terms of everyone. So, now for example, you imagine, now we got 15, 20 entitlements. Now, you imagine in the case of Mukesh Ambani, rights issue, 45% he holds. What is the entitlement he got? He made gold out of thin air only. That's the amount you get for doing nothing. Agreed? Hello? Recently I got to an option, but I was very lazy, I did not do it. Later I regretted I should have done it. Right? This one?
It was a petty stuff. Advice of Vikas sir also. Just for the sake of getting the experience I did. Now the company position is in liquidation.
Okay.
All the promoters care that we do it.
Which company?
Pretty sir.
Where is it? Yes, I got it. Our singer, sing a song the meanwhile. Start. ಆಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಲಿರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್. ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲೋ, ಕಮಾನ್. ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡು, ಕಮಾನ್. See here. I don't know which company it is, what it is. Right entitlement of Ultra Cab India Limited. With regard to inform that the right issue these will lapse after the issue closing date unless they are renounced. This is another email. But yes, Ultra Cab, this is how you will get it. Now they will give me password, login credentials. It's a big tedious process only. But can we sell it? Yes. They will give us value also at what price we can sell. Mine was showing some hundreds of rupees. I felt it is not worth doing so much of thing, so I left it. So can we do it? It's possible. This is called right entitlement. Today we can trade it. Clear? It's a good thing only. Yes or no? Yes. Yes, people. Now see here, we'll see this of here only, right entitlement. Right entitlement is a rights issue by the company to the existing shareholder for what? To subscribe to the new shares or other securities that the shareholder of a company is eligible to apply for under the rights offer. So I already have some, I get an option to buy some more. Okay. Right entitlements are offered to shareholders based on ratio of existing equity shares held. Agreed? 10:1 proportion as on the record date. What is the record date? Cut-off date. What is cut-off date? Record date. What is it? Register of members are closed. Yes, correct. It's called as record date. Non-company law students. What is the record date? Idea? Okay. What is the record date or a cut-off date or a book closure date? It's nothing but, let us imagine a company declared a dividend today. Which company? Take an example, Reliance. Reliance declared dividend today. Today. Who will get the dividends? How will you know? Shareholders will get the dividend. Perfect answer, Mithun. Now today, it seems the data says close to, today's what, Saturday? Yesterday, Friday, around 60 lakh or 80 lakh shares of Reliance have been traded. What do you mean by that? 80 lakh shares of Reliance have been traded, it seems. What do you mean by that? Buy and selling. So yesterday that means some at least 1 lakh people have exchanged their shares. Friday only they declared dividend. Friday only some people purchased, some people sold. Who will get the dividend? Investor. Who? The buyer will get it or the seller will get it? See, you will declare a dividend on yesterday. What is the date? 4th April. A company will declare a dividend on 4th April. Yes or no? On 4th April, you are also shareholder, buyer. Seller is also a shareholder. That Murtha, you are a shareholder only, no? Now tell me, who will get the dividend? Is it the buyer or seller? What is that exact time? Yes. Buyer. Yes. Seller. Agreed? Yes. Now people, to understand this only, to avoid confusion, there is a concept called as what? Book closure or cut-off date or record date. All these means the same. What do you mean by that? They will give one date. The company, before declaring a dividend, before issuing notice of a meeting, before declaring bonus issue, every place this concept applies. Before issuing all of this, the company will come to the public notice and they will say, we have announced the date to be, say for example, 5th of April. On 5th of April, whosoever is a shareholder, now that person will get all the rights. On 5th of April, we will close the books of the basically we call something called as register of members. Now imagine, whenever a company, if a person becomes a shareholder in a company, his details are recorded in a company's book. Now when we say 5th of April, we are declaring dividend, and when we say we are declaring on 5th, that means on 5th we are going to close our books. That day, if any sale, purchase, anything happens, it will not be updated in that book because that is closed for that day. When it is closed, people, no new entry can be made. So whoever is a seller, his name only will be there, even though you have sold it that day. Because the books are closed, the new person's name is not yet written in the book. The company do not know your details yet. So when a dividend is declared, who will get it? The person who is seller may get it because of this. And that particular procedure is called as what? Book closure, record date or cut-off date, as the case may be. Is this clear, all of you? Okay, we have that concept, that's why I explained you. Okay. Okay, recorded. Right entitlements are issued in demat form under a separate ISIN. International Securities Identification Number. Full form not required. Created by the company. Option available to eligible equity shareholder in rights issue. Eligible equity shareholders can. Now, what and all can equity shareholders do? They can do so many things with them. 5 things they can do. So, what are they telling? A person who got a letter, what and all he can do? What and all he can do? He can let the option lapse. He can sell it to another person. Part of it he can take, part of it he can sell. I take everything that belongs to me. I purchase someone else's option also. I can do all of this. That is what they are given. Read. Apply for their right. Apply for their rights, equity shares to the full extent of their right entitlement. Meaning what? Let us imagine we got an entitlement to buy 20 shares. I purchased the entire 20. Next one. Apply for their rights equity shares to the full extent of their right entitlement and apply for additional rights also. What do you mean by that? I purchased mine plus I purchased some more shares from the market, right entitlement. I purchased someone else's letter and I purchased another 10 shares. This also I can do. Okay, and apply for their rights equity shares to the extent of part of the right entitlement without renouncing the other part. What do you mean by that? I got an opportunity to buy. I just exercised a part of it, meaning I purchased 10. The rest of the 10, I just let it lapse. And apply for right equity share to the extent of part of their entitlement and renounce the other part. Meaning, sir, I got 20, 10 I exercised, 10 I sold. Okay, next, renounce their right entitlement in full. I got 20, I sold 20. Hello? Any doubts here? No. Now, sir, if I want to sell the right entitlements, how can I sell it? You can sell it in 2 ways. How did Matthew sell? Matthew knew that Gauri wanted shares. So, Matthew offered to sell the shares, that is right entitlement, to Gauri directly. This is called as what people? Off-market renunciation. You find your buyer off the market, but I'm not selling, you're directly giving the letter. The procedure has to be done online only, but you are identifying the buyer off the market, meaning out of the market. That is first way. Second way, I do not know where to sell. I will go and sell it over the stock exchange. We call that as what? On-market renunciation. Hello? Pakka? Understood? Sure? Right entitlement? Market might be a question. They haven't asked for 1 or 2 attempts. This is called what? Right entitlement. I get it.
So the person.
It is all about price. So imagine if you have sold your right at say 22 rupees. If someone is selling at 15 rupees, order matching mechanism, 15 only will get sold. That's how share market works, right? Always it's an order matching mechanism.
The buyers be an existing shareholder.
No. So in rights issue question, can a non-existing, for example, Matthew is a shareholder. Is Gauri, should she also be a shareholder? The answer is no. She can be an absolute outsider. Even she can take an right entitlement, she can also apply for it. Clear? Hello? Pakka? Yes or no? Da?
Yes,
Main board. Yes, margin, Dogden. We'll do one small concept called margin. Matthew knows what is margin. Okay. Okay, we'll do margin. Okay, what is the margin, sir? Heard of margins, da? Yes, sir, other page iratala. Page margin. Huh? That one you said, da? There was a joke, huh? Okay, what is the margin, da? Singer. Come on, you start. Class will join you. Rule. Inging ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ. Rule is a rule. ಏನು? Tell the Abdul. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಗೊತ್ತು ಆಡು. ನಿನ್ನ ರಿಂಗ್ ಟೋನೇ ಆಡು. We don't have barrier. We entertain Japanese, all language. Any language is okay. Yes, start. Start. Your option illa. See, I'll give you one option. Only one fair option. It's now or after the break. Now and now only. Then yes, when rule was said, you were, yes sir, this is mandatory to be there in classrooms. You said or no? Who ande ನೀನು CC camera ತೆಗಿರೋದು. ಇವಾಗ after the break. After the break ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಸ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲಿಖಿತ್. ಎಸ್ ಲಿಖಿತ್. ಯು ನೋ ನೋವ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೇಕ್. ಇವೆರಡೂ ಒಂದು ಆಯ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ ಆಡ್ಬೇಡ ಸರಿ. ನೋವ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೇಕ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೇಕ್. It's now or after the break? Which one? After the break, easiest one. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಪಕ್ಕಾ? After the break. He'll not go. He'll come back. See, today he can go. He cannot go every day, noda. No. Yes or no? You Matthew will ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. You know that jingle will come, noda, when we do intro. When we do intro, that's music comes, no? Matthew had done dance for that. He had composed a dance step for that, which he only can't do again. See, that is push-ups, pull-ups, ringa roses, ella came in that step. Yes, but we appreciate the Matthew. How people? We'll see this one topic. Margin, people. What do you mean margin? People, margins. Amount of profit is called margin. Okay. What else? What else you guys can think of when I say margin? Margin.
A point where we want to go, or we want to adjust the loss.
Adjusting the loss is the margin. The point up to which we can go up to. Beyond this we cannot go. That's called margin. Okay. Profit margin. Limit is called margin. Above which you cannot go is margin. Investment margin. Now what do you know investment margin?
It has been invested. Till that amount only we can buy or sell.
Amount which has been invested?
The prices will be fluctuating now, sir. So up to the amount, I faced it in forex markets.
That's why I'm asking. Everyone is saying page margin or right side margin and all. Someone said something relevant to capital market. That's why I was asking.
So, for example, if we invest 4,000 rupees, the forex market will be keep on fluctuating, sir. So once the margin hits the maximum extent, the amount will be closed.
First of all, stop loss.
It's equal to stop loss.
It's something. What did you try to do?
That's very no action, sir. I'll tell in break, sir.
Okay. Nanda, tell that what is margin? Margin trade and all. Something on margin? You never did, but I am asking what is it. I'm not asking how it is done and all. You have heard of it? Margin trading and all? No. Okay. Now people. Now Mithun decides to do one trade. Mithun starts with 60,000. Now Mithun was about to place the order. Buy. He was about to click enter. Mithun got one notification. Hey Mithun, stop. Why so hurry? Mithun said, hurry means I want to make money. Mithun replied to the notification. The notification replied, why make small money when you can make more? Mithun said, how? And the notification replied, you have 60,000, right? Then I'll do one thing. You want to make profit from 60,000? Let us do one thing. I will give you another 40,000, Mithun. You add this and you do the trade. You earn more, Mithun. I'm there for you. Now Mithun said, okay. Together they started doing a trade with 1 lakh rupees. Hello? Now who sent this notification to Mithun? Who sent this 40,000 to Mithun? Someone have sent, no? Scammer. Scammer. Don't entertain such things, scammers. Yes, sir. Yes, someone sent this 40,000 rupees to Mithun. Who? Friends, the person who gave this 40,000 to Mithun is his client, his broker. And who is that broker, sir? Whichever demat account you guys have opened your account with. Imagine he is doing it with Zerodha. Zerodha offers him, Mithun, wait. When there's an opportunity to make more money, make more money. Why just make? Now imagine he is making 10% profit. On 60,000, how much is 10%? 6,000. On 1 lakh, 10,000. Then you can make so much more. Then why come, please Mithun, do. So Mithun said, okay. Mithun did. Now people, whatever the person offered Mithun, this 40,000, we call this 40,000 as margin money. Hello. So together they purchased the share. Which share they purchased? Some share. Whatever Abdul said. Which share was that, Abdul? We want हमको वही चाहिए. हमको दूसरा नहीं चाहिए. Akshara is it? Akshar company. So they invested in Akshar company. So Mithun saw one good Brahmi Murta. He put on nange kai odde hange tenga illa ಮಾಡಿ. He purchased Akshar. Now people, Akshar became 1 lakh say 90,000. 90,000 say it became 80,000, my friends. Now Akshar got one more notification. Mithun, did you see that the share market is going down? Mithun replied, yes, I know. And what is the proportion of loss? We have invested 1 lakh. 1 lakh has become 80,000. And how do we divide it? Because two people have invested, right? Mithun has invested 60 and that notification invested 20. That means his broker has invested 40. Yes. Now 60 belongs to Mithun, 40 belongs to the broker. Now the amount has been revised. It has become 80k. Now the question is, what is the proportion in 80k? How much belongs to Mithun? How much belongs to the broker?
60.
How much?
60.
Yes, to Guru, right, tell the amount. 48,000?
60% of 80,000. But it's 32,000, but it's basic math.
Count it though. Tell the other Molly, yeah. Understood, huh? 4830, no. Now Mithun replied 4832 to the notification. Notification sent one emoji. Aisa. Tappat patta hai Raju. Why? They sent a revised calculation. The revised calculation looks like this, it seems. How? the revised calculation looks like 40k, 40k. This is the proportion in 80k exams. Now shares became people 60k. It is still falling. Again notification came. What is the proportion? How much is yours? How much is mine? The proportion is Mithun's is 20 and the broker's is 40. Now Mithun replied, what type of partner are you? It is falling, only my amount is falling. What happened to yours? Now the broker replied, Mithun, I'm not a partner. I gave you something like a leverage, like a loan. Doesn't come with an interest and all, but it's an extra money I have given you. Hello? So the loss will be on you. My capital will be untouched. Hello? Pakana? Sir, this keeps on falling. Up to when?
10k.
Up to 10k? Why do I eliminate it? You make it 0 and tell notification. Yeah, macha, yella complete. Your money is going over. What did notification do? Now people, remember, there will be something called as a minimum margin you need to maintain. There will be a limit. Less than that it should not go. Now what is that? Now say for example 60k, we will say that the minimum margin is 40k. That is when it comes to my money getting reduced, I will not allow it. Now this 40k you have to maintain it at any given point of time. It cannot go less than that. Hello? Hello? Sir, what if it hits 40k? Mithun will get one more notification. Mithun, it's time to add more money. Mithun, वो गया हमको थोड़ा और आ गया. You need to add a little more. Logic I'm telling in this only, no? Now people, I'm telling that 40 is gone. I mean your 60 is gone. But it is your time to add more money, Mithun. Please add. Will Mithun add? Will Mithun add? Yes or no? If Mithun wants to add, Mithun can add. He is free to add. 40, top up. Another 60. You top up. That's allowed. Now, no sir, Mithun did not add. Sir, 40, they see a chance of 40 becoming even 39k. The notification will take control over your phone. They will execute the trade. Meaning your shares worth was technically 1 lakh. You were waiting, you are hoping that someday this particular share will go forward, like Abdul did. He hoped until the day it actually dead end. Liquidation only it hit. He is still hopeful. Something might happen. Who knows? Tapas can come and acquire. We never. You have that hope, no? But Mithun, that notification, your broker will not give you the choice. The broker will come and make you. They will take your finger and they will take enter. You do not have a choice. The trade will be settled off, squared off, executed. Hello? Pakkana, this entire concept is called as margins. The minimum amount the broker told you initially, you bring 60, I will give 40, is called as, this is called as initial margin. To start a trade, the minimum number the broker tells you to bring is called as initial margin. Sir, okay, now sir, 1 lakh became, it's time for, it's Mithun's time. Lucky Mithun. Now 1 lakh became 1.2 lakh. Now notification came. What is the proportion? Mithun, tell me, what is the proportion? Tell me, ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ. Ganesh, you understood that maths? No.
Yes, yes, yes.
Tell me then. In 1.2 lakh, what is the proportion?
60% of 1.2.
Tell me. 72,000 and this person? 48, This is the proportion, Yes, What is your name? Sivaranjani. Ranjani says, sir, illa sir, Mithun Papa. Loss and all he only took, no. Profit also he should only take, no? Yes or no, Mithun? Yes, people, remember, this will remain always 40, whether profit or loss. Profit also, you only. Loss also, you only. Now, Ganushruti says to Ranjini, hey, everything if he is only taking, then why is the broker giving 40,000? What is he getting? What is he getting? Ranjini says commission it seems. Understood? Huh? That anyways he was getting, no. Even otherwise, Mithun was doing the trade, no. 60,000 he was buying.
Commission would have been less.
His commission would have been less. She only got the answer. Understood? Huh? Here, if at all I had allowed you to do a trade, you would have done a trade on 60,000. I would have got a percentage of commission on 60,000. Now the commission will be on 1 lakh. Now this will be my commission. On 1 lakh, imagine if it is 0.2 percentage or 0.3 percentage. Earlier it would have been on 60,000. Now it is on 1 lakh. Understood? Hello? Okay. The first amount that the broker told you to bring is called as initial margin. Initial margin. The minimum amount the broker told you to maintain is called as maintenance margin. The notification that Mithun got, do some top up, is called as call margin. So there are 3 calls. There are 3 margins. One is initial, one is maintenance, one is call. Understood? Pakkana? So the broker will have a right to sell off your shares in 2 cases. One is when it hits the number. I tell you, initial, I do call margin. I tell you to add. You do not add. I'll sell it off. Or I will have something called a stop loss. Meaning for this security, we cannot go less than this. If it goes less than that, we will sell it off. Generally, that is 30%. So when we entered at 100, if the share price is coming to 30, we will definitely sell it off. And who has that right? The broker only has the right. Hello? And the margins will not be same for everyone. That's what I said. Or. I can sell it off when my money is going. Or I can sell it off if a trade has 30%. Now generally imagine. Now Mithun got 40% margin. Probably if I am a new person coming to the stock market, I do not have a proven track record. Margin I will not get as much as Mithun. I might get 15%. Now, the broker will not wait the price to fall until 15,000. He has a right to sell it off at 30,000 only. 30% of the value of the stock. I can come, I can sell it off. Hello? Hello? They are online now. You want to write this down? Or you remember? Sir, today we remembered a lot, sir. Right, sir? Bariri. Margin. It is an advance payment. They online now. It is an advance payment of. Advance payment of. Portion of. It is an advance payment of. Portion of. Value of. Stock transaction. Stock transaction which the broker lends to client for stock purchase. Section 89. No. Because it is not hiding or you're not doing. It's an option given which is on the papers only, right? Nothing hidden and all. Quite evident who is done or who is given. And remember, ownership 100% is with you only. 1 lakh share, correct. 1 lakh shares is with you because the entire profit made is coming in your name. So how is this particular thing recorded? That 40,000 is technically a loan given for you to do anything. In 89, what will happen? In 89, I am giving you money to invest in which company? I am only telling you. Here I am giving you money, you are doing whatever you want. Lends to client for stock purchase. There are 3 types of margins. One is called initial margin. One is called as initial margin. What do you mean initial margin? The online or yes, Emma? Minimum amount that the amount we have to give it to that just sandwich Anna. It is a minimum amount. Minimum amount calculated as a percentage on transaction to be placed by the client. To be placed by the client with broker. With broker before actual purchase. Sir, can anyone be eligible to get margin from broker or is there any criteria? It all depends upon your history of transactions. But in general, yes, everyone can be eligible for getting a margin. Yes. Next one is called maintenance margin. Different? Allowed, possible. But technically the margins does not work like that. But generally it will be like for one trade. So when I'm buying one particular share, it will be applicable for that. It's not like you get a loan and you get a corpus and then you invest. When you are buying a particular share, there only you will get an option to see. Use margin and how much availability that you will be able to see. Majorly seen in something called as intraday and all. Okay, they're done. Maintenance margin. Same thing, it is a minimum amount calculated as a percentage on market value of securities to be maintained by client. To be maintained by client. With the broker. And you want to turn off, That where is that remote? Give it us ammo. Done, If you want, turn it off. Or turn off the swing. You can see this. You keep that air up. If that swing is there, it will hit your head and you will feel that headache and all. Okay, maintenance margin done na? Next one is called margin calls. Both same. When balance in client's account falls below the prescribed margin, the broker makes margin calls to the client. Basically, it's nothing but a sum to be added by the client. Kopida? Hello? Kopida?
Yes,
Just write down this one thing, note. Write down these two. Write down as note, common. Under margins, I'm writing a common note. Write down this. The broker may liquidate the securities if client fails to meet the margin calls. You can write only this much, sufficient. Broker may liquidate the securities if the client fails to meet the margin calls. Or the second one, broker may also liquidate the securities in case the client's deposit in the margin account falls to 30% or less of the latest market value of the securities. Ignore this, you can write this. Broker may also liquidate in case client's deposit in the margin account falls to 30% or less of the latest market value of the securities. Meaning, if when we purchased everything, now today let us imagine the market value of the security somewhere should be 1 lakh. The amount that you have maintained has come to 30%. It has now become 30,000. So it is your time to add more. If you don't add, or whenever I make a call, if you don't add, in both the cases, it gives me a right to liquidate your securities, whether with your consent or even without your consent. Broker only has a right to sell off your shares. He will take his money. He will not take complete money. He will take his margin. And whatever belongs to you, it will be credited to your account. But whatever belongs to him, he will take it. Understood? So in these two cases, he can liquidate it. No. He can easily do it at his own ease. He need not take any approvals. Just that automatically the percentages will be calculated. As and when he sells, the margin that is used by the broker will go to them. His money will come and fall in his particular account.
Which the SEBI has issued some guidelines for these apps. They use the for whatever the thing are kind. So in that it was like the broker cannot give the money in the client like to invest in securities.
Correct. Yes. See, that is nothing but I am giving money and through you I am trading. Here I am not trading at all. It is an option given like a leverage, like a debt. You are saying exact case of 89. I am giving you the money and I am telling you to trade. Like imagine I want to buy Infosys. That is nothing but to avoid market speculation. Being a stockbroker, he might be aware of some news. I'll tell you a notification, invest in Infosys today. you are not supposed to do because insider news you will be aware of. Yes, sir. I don't know when this. Okay, see, this was some long time back, I think. I don't know, remember. Okay, see here. Now, people, can you see? Now, imagine we maintain one cash. Let us imagine we say it is some 2 lakh is available. In this 2 lakh, they say how much is available to trade? 33,251. What is the margin used? 1,66,160. I'm saying to that extent you can use which does not belong to you and you can make a trade. Now, this is how you can make. It is possible, it is possible. Now, the stockbroker has told to me, you are eligible to do a trade up to 2 lakh. In that, I can fund you up to 1,66,000. Imagine 1,70,000. You just have to bring in 30,000. Can you do it? Yes, possible. Now, sir, once the stock become, it's working. Now, the shares, whatever the shares, it started falling. I got a call. I got a notification. You can see the bill. You have been issued a margin call. And it says, please add 1,580 rupees into your securities wallet or exit your positions to raise your portfolio value. It has to be 2 lakh. You add. If you don't add, I know how to add. What will they do? Randomly they will liquidate my shares. They will make sure it becomes 2 lakh. Now you know what is the problem? In this case it happened also. Now I am in my class. I don't know which notification is happening. And you know stock market keeps on fluctuating. It fell. It hit stop loss. And I could not stop it also. The shares actually got squared off. That's when I stopped. I don't do these trades. When you can't have a continuous watch, you cannot do intra options and all. You should be able to take a quick decision. If you see what is the value, 1,580 rupees. But the position worth a good amount got squared off, meaning they just sold it off. That's also not the problem. Now when you trade, now I will be thinking, imagine when I enter, if there is a 100 rupees share, doing our analysis, we will get to know until 88 rupees you can wait. If it goes below 88, that means it will fall further. So for me, resistance point is 88. So I will say the system, if the stock hits 88, sell it off. But because of this margin, the price was around 93, 94. Because I did not add margin calls, at the price of 94, the shares got squared off. If you look at it, actually it is still within my resistance. I can go up to 88. It is still 94, 95. The share bounced back. Because I did not add money, I exited with loss. End of the day, it made profit, which I did not get. Because the shares got squared off. So this happens. I don't know if how long, to what extent you guys were able to understand this example. So that it works like this. Got a fair idea, na? That's what it says. No, you see all the values we saw is there. The first one it said what? The minimum margin I need to bring in. What is it? 33. And you can see this margin calls. Please add 1,500 into your securities wallet or exit your positions to raise your portfolio value above your maintenance margin. That is a minimum number. Before 3 o'clock, all your positions will be automatically closed. Happens? Yes. Understood? Hello.
If Matthew is buying shares with the help of the brokers also, so his share of capital is 60,000 and they are giving partners, total 1 lakh. So in this case, the share price gets increased. So can Matthew sell off the shares which brokers got? Like can Matthew withdraw 40,000 and let the broker get?
You can do anything possible. As long as I repay that money, I can continue with whatever I want. Now imagine the shares went and hit 1,50,000. What I need to repay to the broker is 40. You repay, you continue with 1,10,000. Possible.
person needs to get the options of deciding percentage?
No. It depends upon your credit worthiness, how long you have been. It will be different for each of the person. Maximum is, they will say, this is what is a number you can go up to, but it is all depending upon the client and the broker relationship. Yes? Chalo, we'll go for a break and come.
Losses, they will automatically take that bill. In case of profit, they will manually
See, until and unless it is hitting stop loss, they have the right to exit. In any other case, it is your discretion. Whenever you want, you will sell. It will not be automatic.